Hello and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. Today I want to talk about how to choose to be happy. I think the best way for me to explain this is through a story, so let's get into it. So a few years ago, before I was diagnosed, I was feeling really sad and depressed, but for no reason. Like nothing was going on. I didn't have a bad breakup. My family and friends were all healthy and well. Work was fine. I just, for whatever reason, was really sad and I couldn't shake it and I just didn't know what to do. So I started talking to my friends about it, and one of my friends was going through a spiritual awakening of her own. And she said that happiness was a choice. We all have to choose to be happy. And I kind of got offended by it a little bit because I wasn't saying that I didn't want to be happy. I was just saying that I was sad and I couldn't explain why. After a few moments of being offended internally, I decided to ask her, well, how? How do I become happy? How do I choose to be happy? And the only answer she could give me was, say you're happy and then just be happy. What? Like I just said, I'm not trying to not be happy. I'm not trying to be sad. It's just an emotion and a feeling that I'm in right now, and I can't shake it. I'm like trying to, but I can't shake it. So what do you mean just be happy? So this led me on a long Google search of what it means to be happy and to choose happiness. So I watched a ton of TED Talks, I watched some talks with Oprah, and I landed on a video of Abraham Hicks. And in this video, Abraham was talking about how when you're really sad and you want to be happy, those are two opposite emotions, and it's really hard to make that leap. It's like leaping from one building to 3 buildings down in one go. It's pretty impossible. So you need to find those steps, which are the 3 buildings in between, to help you get there. And so their suggestion was to get to the next emotion, sort of like the steps of grief. So if you're feeling really sad, the next emotion is anger and being upset that the person or the thing passed away or is gone. For me, I don't really get angry. I get upset and I get disappointed, but honestly, anger is not like one of those emotions that come easily to me. So the next thing for me to do was to be aware of how I'm feeling and accepting it. So I realized I was sad. I realized like nothing really was going on. I just, for whatever reason, I'm just sad. And this is just how I feel. I also know that during this time of feeling extreme emotions, I create my best work. I do my best writing. I dance my best. I just like express myself really well. And I also know that during this time is when people resonate with those feelings and they see it within themselves, and so they feel seen and understood. And it makes me happy to know that I'm able to help someone feel that way. So maybe being sad is not that bad. And that was my first step of just accepting it and saying, well, maybe it's not so bad because I'm helping others sometimes. But I want to continue to try to choose this happiness. So the next step is to be grateful and thankful for all the little blessings that come to you. During this time of being sad, my mindset is usually like one of, I'm grateful for, the 3 things that I need are being fulfilled, which is a roof over my head. I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, and I don't have to worry about clothes to wear. Like those needs are being met. God and the universe are providing. After that, life pretty much sucks. So during this time, knowing that being grateful was really hard for me, but it was a step to get me to happiness, I decided that my intention for the day was to recognize the little blessings that come along and be grateful for them. I didn't think that any would come along because I didn't think that I was ever being blessed. but my intention was to try to see it. So one day I woke up and I was getting ready for work and I was exhausted and I was just sad. I just wanted to be in bed. I had to go to work and I have to take the subway to work. I was like, oh, I don't want to be on the subway. All those people, I never get a seat. It takes me 35 minutes to get to work and I'm standing up the whole time and I'm just tired. I don't want to do it. But alas, I had to do it. So, got myself up, got myself dressed, got myself to the subway, got on the train, and lo and behold, I got a seat. I sat down and I sighed a relief of like, thank God. And as soon as I said that, I realized like, oh, this was the blessing. This is it. This is the little thing that they, the universe and God sent my way. And so I have to be grateful for it. And I got a little happier because I was like, oh, I was able to recognize a blessing, but also like, thank you. And to be honest, a few stops down, I ended up giving that seat away. I gave it to an elderly lady because she looked like she needed it more than me. And that's the third step, is giving back and paying it forward. When you give back, you feel good about yourself. You feel like you helped someone. And so I received that blessing and then I gave it to someone else as well. And to be honest, the rest of that day felt like a breeze. I had a little bit more energy. I felt a little bit happier. My eyes were open a little bit wider. And people at work recognized that. And I felt good. And I decided that for the next, for the days following, that was what I was going to continue doing. My intentions were to find something to be grateful for, a blessing that came out of nowhere, and to give it back when I could. And eventually I was able to find myself to happiness. So that's it. That's my story on how I was sad and able to choose happiness. And know that life is like this. It goes up and down. And while I try to choose happiness every day, sometimes it's more of a struggle than others. And that's okay. And if you are watching this video, it's probably because you are trying to choose happiness as well. So I just want to say that I am proud of you. You are amazing. You are beautiful. And you will get through whatever it is that you're going through. Thank you so much for coming and visiting me in my little corner of the internet. If you want to talk, please leave a comment in the section below. Tell me about the ways that you choose happiness. And if you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. Thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you next time.